So we had diverted all of El Salvador's immigration and customs
and
for checking out.
Come out in no man's land, basically.
Right, so we left Santa Ana and we went all the way across here. It's quite a nice road actually.
It was.
Then we dropped down onto this road, picked up the main road into San Salvador, messed around a bit and stayed in there. So then we come back out, pretty much it was not quite a race to the border, but it was pretty much taking the main road through here, down to here, it turned into a slightly minor road, come all the way down to San Miguel. Choice there, that border or that border. We went this way. It's an easier border, so we thought. We got to here, then we decided to take some dirt, which took us kind of higgledy-piggledy round there, and we actually came in between the borders, so we had to backtrack very slightly, rather not to scale, but backtrack very slightly. Had all fun and games at that border. Then our objective really was to get into Honduras to deal with the drone, and we came down into there, Choluteca, something like that.
We're in San Salvador's National Library Cafe
And why are we here?
to get an Earl Grey tea.
And
And a sandwich.
and
Aircon.
and
I don't know what else.
everything else is closed.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've come to do the tourist bit around the church and the cathedral, and can't get in anywhere. Can't get in anywhere. It's all closed. So we're going to have a sandwich and a cup of Earl Grey.
And then work out what we're going to do after that.
Take an Uber back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Tried to do the tourist bit. We've even failed at that.
Yeah,
we're
we're
rubbish.
useless.
We're rubbish at this. We've been here quite a long time because they forgot our sandwich, but they've gone to do it.
Yeah, but we have got a bucket of tea.
Bucket of Earl Grey tea. Look at this. Oh. Gracias. Super. Muchas gracias. And now the sandwiches have arrived. night, isn't it?
Yes, dear.
No twirlings today.
No twirlies because we sat on the bed. Oh, forgive the artificial light, but we're hiding indoors, sitting on the bed, running away from all the heat, the 40-degree heat and high humidity that's outside.
We had a day off today, didn't we? Because we had a big job to do today, which we'll tell you about in a minute. But yesterday, we came into Honduras. So we're sitting here in Honduras.
Yes. We almost went into Honduras illegally.
Yes, we had a lovely start to the day.
Well,
very bad middle.
You weren't sure.
Well, I wasn't at the start because I said, "Oh, why are we going this way? Let's just get to the border." But Kalimoto had other ideas.
Kalimoto had other, and actually Kalimoto took us on some fantastic dirt roads up through the mountains.
Absolutely brilliant.
It was
stonking.
great.
Absolutely stonking.
Some of the road was a little challenging.
It was, but we did it.
Yeah, but it was nice and dry. And then we came up to the main road, and Kalimoto said, "Turn left." And we got to the main road, and I said, "Oh, hang on a minute." Looked right. And there was a big sign that said, "Welcome to El Salvador."
And I was totally, I said, "Are we out of El Salvador?
Yeah.
Where are we? Are we actually in Honduras accidentally?"
No, we were basically on the border. The border goes underneath the bridge that was immediately to our left.
Yeah.
So we had diverted all of El Salvador's immigration and customs
And
for checking out.
come out in no man's land, basically. So if we turned left and followed the sat-nav, we would have got to the next bit, which was the entry to Honduras, and they would have said, "Well, you're still in El Salvador. Back you go."
Yeah. The point is, we had to work our way back about a kilometre back to find the customs to get the bike out of El Salvador before we could then work out getting ourselves out.
We had to get the tip cancelled.
So we started going back up the flow of traffic that was coming down, and this guy said, "Oh, yeah." I think he misunderstood what we wanted first of all, but he was being Mr. Helpful, jumped in a tuk-tuk, showed us the way to get there, gave us all these instructions. He knew what he was doing. We thought he was being Mr. Nice Guy. And he was being Mr. Nice Guy at that stage. He got us out of El Salvador and showed us what windows to go to. And
He left us up there and then said
it was all very
he
straightforward.
wanted to leave you his identity card, which was all a bit weird. We said, no, don't leave that with us. He said, "You go back." And it was just his way of keeping us as clients, basically. But we didn't take it, and he disappeared away. But there's no way we were ever going to appear back at the where you check yourself out, get yourself stamped out of El Salvador in the passports. There's no way we were going to do that without him spotting us.
Well,
it's a tiny place.
Because he was stood there waiting for us.
And he stood there waiting for us and started jumping around the middle of the road.
Jumping up and down and waving at us.
So then another guy came up and started, and I said, "I can't do two of you. Just stop."
So anyway, we got out of El Salvador. We got all the bits and pieces we needed to do. We got out, went over to Honduras. Bear in mind, it's hot.
It was pushing 40 by now.
It was pushing 40. Honduras, when you went into the immigration for the passport for us, couldn't see a thing because the power was out.
It was dark.
There was no electricity at all. So the guy who was checking the passports they were actually scribbling things down onto pieces of paper.
And holding their phone torches over the things because they couldn't see.
So they could see. They were scribbling things down there. That was okay. We got the stamps. Then we came to doing the tip, and this guy said, "Oh, yes, you need this piece of paper, that piece of paper. Give it to me. Don't worry, I'll get it sorted."
We gave him all copies. We never went anywhere with it. We never let him have the originals.
No, didn't have the originals, just copies. But I think that was kind of our mistake. We then sat under the shade of a tree because it was really hot. It was really hot. And he went off to do his things. We were there for about 2 hours.
Yeah, and with the power down, he said he had to go to the El Salvador side to get the tip printed. The tip was written by hand. There was a receipt that was printed, so they had to have had power to do that, so maybe they did go. But our mistake was not to walk into that office with him. It was only opposite, and we just didn't. We were disorientated. The whole thing had just taken us by surprise. It was hot, and you just get. It's a lesson learned. You just get sucked in by these guys. This other guy was there to look after us because they were working together to not let us go with him.
He even gave us some water. Became best friends.
Got us some water. Didn't charge us for it.
Confidence trick.
Yeah, and he was there to keep us where we were.
Yeah.
That's his sole job.
So anyway, the long and the short of it is, a couple of hours later, he came back. We had all the paperwork, what have you, and He'd already done the tips. We believe he overcharged us for the tips. We think he charged us car rate instead of bike rate.
I think he charges more than that, but anyway.
Yeah, charged more than that. And
Double, no, not double, third again what we should.
and then he basically, because the power's down, we've got to offer them a bribe. He basically said under the table.
Under the table. We do it under the table for you.
We do it under the table for you because they've been really fantastic.
And I just tried to say, well, that
sorting
doesn't
you out.
happen, does it? Because that's now not official. So
That was going to cost us $40 each.
you wanted another $40
But as soon as he
each.
said, well, we haven't got it, no way we're doing that, it instantly dropped to 20.
Yeah. Between us.
No,
each.
each.
Sorry, 20 each.
Which we just about had.
But because he kept the change that we'd given him.
Yeah.
And he kept the change, which was 20. So we gave him another $20. And
we basically said,
then
that's all we've got.
I said, that's all we got. And I showed him my empty purse. There was $1.50 in it. So I said, you can have that. It was $1.50.
And he was saying, well, what about us?
Yeah.
He even at one stage suggested he came with us to the ATM at the garage down the road. I think
But
he quickly realised that wasn't
in
happening.
hindsight, we were stiffed. Absolutely stiffed. But in hindsight, I mean, it's only a little bit of money. It's not the end of the world. When I looked at the tips, and they were stapled to those things, they were the receipts. And he 100% charged us. He was trying to charge us that extra again.
Yes.
And he 100% charged us more for the tip than we should have paid, a lot more, and then said we had to pay more. So it's our mistake. We've got on really well at borders so far. There was nobody at the Mexican border because it's not at the border to hassle you. Belize was easy. They didn't come and hassle you. They just let you get on with it. And if you asked a question if you wanted to. Guatemala was easy.
Guatemala was the nice guy.
I know we had somebody at Guatemala, but that was the backwards and forwards.
It was.
And he didn't want any money.
So the copy machine, however, we've since worked out that the copies were stupid money.
Yeah, so maybe they've got to deal with them.
So we actually made sure we got copies done at the hotel.
But he didn't actually ask for any money. He just said, right, there you go, you're done now, and he rushed off.
Yeah.
So we thought, oh, okay. And then at El Salvador, we had a nice man, and I said from the beginning, I said, look, we haven't got any change to pay you. And he said, oh, that's okay, I'll just help you. So he helped us, but I did find a few dollars and gave him that, and he was most grateful. But no, this experience yesterday, it's never happening again. It's a bit skinny, this one. Honduras!
There you go, Honduras. So we came into Honduras a little bit tainted about the whole country, the whole experience. And then last night we went to a restaurant. We ordered something on the food, and they sort of said, oh, it'll probably be about 20 minutes.
Cooking the chicken from fresh.
Every 20 minutes or so, we kept saying, well, where's the food? Oh, it's just being prepared. After 2 hours, we actually walked out.
Yeah.
We said, no, we're not having it. Ironically, we could actually see it looked like she was actually dishing up the food.
Just as we finished
at that
paying,
stage.
it looked like she was dishing it up, and she came over and I said, well, sorry.
When we finished paying, we need to make that we paid for 2 bottles of drink.
Oh yeah, we had 2 bottles of drink, and we were just finishing paying for those, and the guy said, oh, okay. And then she came over and said, I could just about understand enough, oh, I'm dishing it up or something. He said, oh, just leave it.
Yeah.
We were with another guy that was staying at this hotel as well, Trevor, and he said, oh, just go. He said, that's ridiculous, because he'd ordered other things, and they were there straight away. He had 2 dinners.
Yeah.
And we hadn't had anything.
2 lots of quesadillas, and we hadn't seen anything.
No, so we just went somewhere else. But so that was a shame, really, because it's the excitement of getting to the border on the dirt road, finding ourselves in no man's land. It was a little bit scary, but we just found it funny. We said, okay, this is part of the adventure. This is brilliant, and that just tainted that whole exciting episode, unfortunately. And then the restaurants. Anyway, we came home. Meeting Trevor was nice.
Yep.
That was good. He's on a little scooter, by the way, with a surfboard attached to the side. So if anybody sees a little scooter with a surfboard on,
A little Honda 150.
he's off to Ushuaia on it.
Yeah.
He's from California, he bought it in Mexico, and he's off to Ushuaia.
Yeah, although he won't be on the same bike in South America. He's selling it in
Yeah.
Panama, and then he'll buy another one in Colombia.
This is true. And he's, anyway.
Yeah.
But then today, We said, right, come on, then we've got to get sorted. Found a nice place for breakfast. Oh, no, that was after, sorry.
That was after, but today's job was to fly the drone over Nicaragua.
Not literally. Don't misinform people.
No. Nicaragua do not permit drones into their country. It's very much a, how would you describe it, communist dictatorship kind of regime. People get banged up for saying silly things if you don't follow the rules, basically. One of the rules are no drones. Drones are considered to be surveillance equipment.
You're a spy.
You're a spy. So there is actually a process. The reason why we're here in this town was to arrange for DHL to fly the drone to Costa Rica, and we will pick it up in Costa Rica when we get there.
Yep, and we're not going to be many days. We're going to head straight kind of down there to Liberia, I think she pronounces it. And we'll be a few days, maybe a week, and we'll just head straight down there. We're taking some nice roads, hopefully. We don't want to sit on the Pan American because that's just not nice.
Well, she says it's going to take 4 days to get down there, so I suspect on Monday we'll actually be saying, can you send the drone?
We'll see where we get to tomorrow, and then see where we are on Monday, and then it doesn't matter if we have to hold up for a couple of days waiting for it. I'd rather do that.
And see what we think of Nicaragua, actually.
Yeah, because we don't know. We might
suddenly like it.
Yes, exactly, and it's all kind of happens around the bottom bit of Nicaragua, but we might, decide to stay there a couple of days. We'll see.
Volcanoes and things. But
yeah, it looks quite expensive
we
so
are
far.
prepared for a long wait at the border tomorrow. Apparently, it can take 3 or 4 hours. So we shall see. Watch this space.
Scan your bags and things, but we shall let you know how we get on.
See what happens next.
So we'll have to find some food again.
Yeah.
Next trauma.
So we go to the same place we went to last night?
No, my life's too short to wait 2 hours to then not have anything.
Okay.
See you later.